So on that note, Dr. Safire, I want to come to you first. First of all, we're hearing reports that there is protective plexiglass inside that vehicle, separating the president from the Secret Service officers. Second of all, from a medical perspective, this is a Secret Service officer that Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told us this morning has been with the president the entire time. So is it really fair to say that there's additional exposure from having him get in this vehicle with the president for an additional, let's say, 10 minutes maximum, soup to nuts?
Well, I think whatever the president does, regardless, he's always going to be criticized. In terms of this, of course, we always want to decrease exposure to anybody who doesn't necessarily need to be close to the president, especially if he's still deemed contagious. If this is the same Secret Service agent that has been with him now for several days without a plexiglass, then it's likely his risk of exposure has already occurred. I can almost guarantee, we saw him wearing a mask, whether he's been wearing an N95 mask. Is it a bit of a spectacle? Sure. Was it necessary? No. But then again, this is the president. He's wanting to make sure that the Americans that are standing outside that hospital know that he's doing okay. He wants them to know how much he appreciates him. Let me tell you, we have patients, we take them outside of the hospital all the time. That being said, proper precautions, want to make sure that they're in place to not expose anyone unnecessarily.
Kennedy, is it not also the job of Secret Service agents to put their life on the line every single day for the president? I ask this not as a rhetorical question, but because really we're talking about, again, an additional 10 minutes so that the president can send this message, not just to his supporters, but to the entire world, that he is alive and thriving and doing okay.
Yes, and the Secret Service agents, they know the risk of the job, whether it's from the unimaginable or the easily foreseen with the virus. We don't know if those agents had previously tested positive and perhaps they have antibodies. We know there was plexiglass. Was it the most necessary thing for the president to do? No, it's a feel-good gesture, but when you're highly contagious, maybe those gestures can be sent out over Zoom, or he can make a World Star hip hop video or something like that. Remember how great we felt when President Reagan leaned outside of his hospital window and waved to the adoring and terrified crowds to give us a little bit of reassurance after he was shot? So there's something like that, but then you can also go too far, like when Michael Jackson dangled his baby over a balcony. So you really have to find the balance in this world.
That was definitely too far. But Pete, here's the thing, and I'm all about protecting people as much as is humanly possible. But was that just a feel-good gesture, or was it, because we're in the middle of a global pandemic and the president now has this infectious disease, a little bit more important than that? Was it a little bit more of a gesture to the American people, as I said a moment ago, that he is alive and thriving? And that has value in and of itself.
Of course, it has value in and of itself. This is symbolism. This is, I want to thank the people who are here for me. I've carried you and fought for you. You're praying for me and support me. I want to be out there to show you how much I appreciate it. And then the cameras are going to be there, and America's going to see that I'm out and about. Couple of things on that. Of course, being a Secret Service is not a riskless profession. These are men and women that sign up to put their lives in the line for the president. All the PPE that was there was the proper protocol. So shame on folks at CNN. What a sham story. You wonder why people don't trust the media, why they call you the fake news and enemy the people. It's because you manufacture stories and then run with them with these hyperbolic banners that make people think we should be panicking when we all know it's a bunch of nonsense. And then you wonder why we're skeptical of your anonymous sources. This is what they do to themselves. And maybe they think it works for clicks or a few eyeballs, but it only degrades their credibility even more and does a disservice to what the president was attempting to do, which was rally the nation.
Harris,